He shot a goddess, thinking it was an animal. What happened next will shock you.
It was a cold afternoon in the village of Onunu. The breeze blew calmly and the leaves on the trees danced to the direction of the wind. Botwe, a young hunter, came out of his little house. He checked the climatic condition and it was calm and best time to hunt. He went back inside and came out with his gun and little sack, then left his house. He made a stop in the house of his friend and fellow hunter Danso. Danso, Danso, Botwe called from outside. Danso came out of the house looking tired. Botwe asked Danso to follow him for a hunt, but Danso told Botwe that he wasn't feeling too well. "I hope you get better soon, my friend," Botwe said to Danso and left with his gun. Botwe entered into the bush and it was so calm. Only chirping sounds of birds were heard. He continued walking into the bush looking for the unlucky animal which will go back dead with him. The more Botwe treaded cautiously into the bush, the more it seemed like he wasn't going to have a catch. Botwe searched for a long time, but no animal was on sight. Botwe heard the squeak of a squirrel. He turned and there was a squirrel clashing its teeth against what it had in its hand. "Finally," he said softly and pointed his gun towards the squirrel. The squirrel saw Botwe and ran off quickly. Instead of running and hiding up the tree as most squirrels do, this squirrel took off instead. Botwe followed the squirrel swiftly as it kept running. Botwe knew the bush so well because he was a hunter. He had nothing to fear and he just kept running after the squirrel. After a while, Botwe couldn't find the squirrel anymore. He tried making no noise, trying to hear where the squirrel had run into. A brushing noise was made among the leaves and Botwe located the squirrel. He tried to shoot again and the squirrel ran off. Botwe made up his mind that he was never going to let the squirrel go. He continued chasing after it, going deeper into the forest. After a long chase, the squirrel suddenly started running towards Botwe. Botwe was surprised, but he stood his ground and pointed his gun at the squirrel charging towards him. Something else immediately got the attention of Botwe. It was an animal he hasn't seen before. It looked like a tiger, but it wasn't a tiger. Botwe left the squirrel to run off and it pointed its gun at the animal standing in front of him. It stopped immediately it saw Botwe pointing a gun towards it. Botwe got scared. He started taking few steps backwards while still having a firm grip on his gun. The tiger-looking animal came forward with every backward step Botwe took. It was gnarling at Botwe. Botwe slipped and fell down. The animal seized the opportunity and charged towards him. It jumped on top of Botwe, who fired at it, but it had already buried its strong canine into Botwe.